How's it going? I thought I'd see you here. Yeah. You can talk to me after. Why are you? Alright.
I've got new configures being blended in the background.
What time did you get here?
4 in the morning.
About 4. So, what's happening here, Kerry? You're the spokeslady for
Animal Rebellion. Animal Rebellion Northwest.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
Animal Rebellion Northwest. Right. So it's coordinated. I won't say attack. I'll say action.
Action, yes.
And what's it all about? What are you hoping to achieve by all this?
Well, what we're hoping to achieve is to raise sort of awareness of the fact that meat and dairy is causing the climate crisis. So we know that it's at least 14.5% of greenhouse gas emissions, but it's likely to be a lot higher than that. Like recent studies have shown that it could be up to sort of 52%.
Right.
And the reason why we're here is because McDonald's is one of the biggest offenders. So you're talking about obviously the animal cruelty that goes on, and we've seen from undercover investigations in their farms that it is huge. It's a huge problem. It's endemic to the industry as itself. And then of course you've got the environmental impact of McDonald's, mainly through deforestation in the Amazon and for soy. They're linked to companies like Cargill, for instance. And then of course you have the human rights abuses that go on. So workers are paid such little wages, and during the coronavirus crisis, some of their workers were actually forced to take shorter hours on their contracts. And you think about a multinational like this doesn't have the money to be able to help people who are struggling. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, the profit margin on these companies are just enormous, and it's something we got to deal with. I mean, these workers here, have you had any sort of abuse from them since this morning? What time did you get here?
Well, we got here at 4 o'clock, and at first I think they were a bit shocked because they didn't know what was going on. And obviously we understand that it's their job, and they have a job to do, but the reaction was quite aggressive at the beginning. We're a non-violent organisation, so we explained to them that we're non-violent. A few of them, there was a bit of a scuffle at one point, but it was de-escalated very well by us, not the police. The police aren't very good at de-escalation.
Get out in, it's the sad cunts. Let's go. If you want to, whatever. Well, get that out of my face, we'll take off this. At the end of it.
Try it, babe. Try it. Love you to try.
Yeah, it's fine.
Big hard man.
And then when the shift change happened, the workers have been absolutely lovely after that. A few of them have come out and talked to us. So it's turned positive.
So it's not just here in Manchester, because at the moment we're at Haywood in Manchester. You've coordinated with other places throughout the UK, so you've hit every single distribution centre from McDonald's. Yeah,
every distribution centre in the UK at the moment is not getting animal products out.
Right, so when Mackie D's run out today, they ain't getting no more.
No.
Right, that's cool. That's a great thought.
So we've got 1,300 restaurants in the UK. All aren't getting supplies today.
Right, so what would you say to people who say that this action is completely pointless. It will cause a bit of disruption for a day, and then things will go back to normal, and you will achieve nothing. What's the goal? Is it just to bring it to everyone's attention?
Well, yeah, there's the fact that it's to bring everyone's attention, but also we've got demands of McDonald's. So we want McDonald's to go plant-based by 2025. You've seen what we can do. We can mobilise during coronavirus. So you're telling me that a multinational like McDonald's can't go plant-based? They can, and they should, and they will. But the influence of the meat and dairy industry on them, and the way that they actually have a monopoly on British farming, means that the interest isn't there money-wise. So the aim of this really is to put pressure on the company. If you remember the McLibel case, the company do not like any sort of negative publicity, telling the truth basically. So we know that by sort of shining a light on this, we're going to get the attention of the CEO, and we're going to sort of, hopefully this will be the start of a long campaign that we're going to run to really force McDonald's into a corner, because they've got to admit it now. There's no getting away from what the meat and dairy industry is doing to the planet and to animals and to people.
So you're Animal Rebellion?
Yes.
So are you animal rights, or are you environmentalists, or are you both? I'd like to hear the latter.
We're both.
That's what I wanted to hear.
If you see here, we actually have a really good alliance of people. So we've got Manchester XR. Many of them are locked on. In fact, the people up on the tripod are Manchester XR. They're also vegans, passionate animal rights advocates. We also have Animal Rebellion, of course, and Hunt Sabs have come out.
I noticed the Hunt Sabs because I do know a couple of the guys. Yes. So yeah. So what's the police reaction been? How's that looking at the moment? Are they standing back and waiting, or are they going to allow you to complete? Because you plan to do 24 hours, is that correct?
That's at least 24 hours, yes. We're planning just to stay here as long as possible. The police presence was quite light at first, and now it's looking as if more of them have come down, and they've also got the evidence gatherers as well.
I noticed that.
Yeah, they're treating us like terrorists, but we're not terrorists.
Yeah, I think evidence gathering is for later prosecutions. I mean, I have seen action like this before at slaughterhouses, and basically, yeah, they do try and get some charges.
Were the ones that did the slaughterhouse last year as well in Manchester. Yeah,
correct. Right, well, let's hope it all goes smoothly. Let's hope it goes without violence. Let's hope the police behave themselves. But as long as there's plenty of cameras on them, usually 9 times out of 10 they behave. But thanks for talking to me.
Thank you very much.
Peace.